Namaste yogis, my name is Lisa and welcome to my channel. So you requested a well-rounded, shorter flow. So I'm going to honor that today. So let's begin in child's pose. So go ahead and take your knees as wide as your mat. And I want you to extend your arms towards the front of your mat and just allow yourself to arrive on the mat. Start to connect in towards your breath as you breathe in through the nose. And then open mouth, exhale, let things go. Any distractions that you may have going on in your environment and maybe even in your mind. Start to bring your attention towards your breath. See if you can breathe into your lower back, mid back, and upper back. And exhale completely. Shifting into Ujjayi breath. So all of the breath, that oceanic sounds. I want you to take your hands over to the left, but this time I want you to take your right hand and I want you to wrap it behind your back body. And just let that shoulder roll down. See how that feels. And then we're going to switch arms. Take your right arm back to where it was and then let your left arm come, just starting with these half binds. Let your head melt to the earth. Tap your sitting bones back into the mat. And then slowly release the left hand and we'll start to walk your hands all the way over off-road, off your mat towards the right corner. Let your left sitting bone ground into the earth. Slowly take the right hand to the mid-back. Let your left shoulder relax down. Let your third eye melt towards the earth. And then releasing that right arm, switching and taking that left arm behind the back body. And then slowly come back to center. And I want you to tuck your toes, lift your hips, and come to downward facing dog. And let's just pedal the legs. Do what feels organic here. Maybe bending one knee, walking your dog, lifting your hips high, maybe both heels. Maybe you want to swivel your feet from side to side. First downward facing dog of the practice. See how it feels. And then slowly we're going to walk our hands to the back of the mat today. Keep your knees soft and grab your elbows and just hang. Sway right and left. The hamstrings feel tight. Just give a nice generous bend in the knees. Take this to stillness, hands on your shins, lift your heart, flatten your back, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Root down to rise up, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky, look up, lift the heart, and bring your hands into heart center. Let's set our intention for our practice with one word that you can come to ground you. Once you've set the intention, let's start to wake up the body, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky, look up, stretch up, plug the feet in, reach down with the feet to rise through the body all the way up through the arms, and then exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, walk your hands out to plank pose on your toes or your knees. Modify with anything you need today to take care of yourself. Come forward on your tiptoes, bend your elbows and hover. Making sure that the shoulder heads aren't coming any below the elbows. Roll over the toes, upward facing dog. Exhale. exhale, downward facing dog. And just breathe. Fixate your eyes on a drishti point. Connect to your breath. Pull the pit of the belly up and in. Bend your knees, look forward, walk or float your feet to your hands. Lift up halfway, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Go tighter and deeper. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Lift the chest, lift the heart, maybe lean back. And exhale, we're going right back down, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, clench your hands, step or float back, high to low plank. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. 3 breaths. After the 3rd breath, bend your knees, look forward, hop your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale, get longer. Exhale, forward fold, 3rd eye to the shins. With the inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, plant your hands, chaturanga. Upward facing to downward facing. Just notice this down dog, how it's starting to feel, how your body's starting to warm up, making space. Bend your knees, float your feet, nice and quiet. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Root to rise, inhale, sweep the arms. Lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. 1 more round, inhale, halfway. Plant your hands, step back, high to low. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. 3 full cycles of breath. After the 3rd breath, bend your knees, look forward, empty the breath and float. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, bend your knees now, get nice and low. Sweep the arms, Utkatasana chair pose. Feel the weight into the heels. Stretch and reach. See if you can get lower in the hips, but reach higher in the arms. Pull the top ribs in towards the hip line. Sink down a little bit deeper. Reach up a little higher. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. High to low plank, exhale. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Right foot, warrior 1, big step. Root down to rise up. Inhale, let's hold and pause. Last breath. Exhale, release, high to low plank. Maybe float that right leg off the ground for a 3-legged plank. Left side, warrior 1, big step. Ground down the feet. Inhale, rise the chest. Feel the feet connect down. Get lower, sink down, reach up a little higher. 1 more breath. Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, release, high to low plank. Maybe float that left foot behind you. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Bend your knees, float your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Bend your knees, Utkatasana. Stand up nice and steady, hands to heart center. Let's do 1 more round of sun salutation B. Inhale, Utkatasana. 1 breath per movement now. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Rise, release, step back, high to low. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Warrior 1, left foot, step, big step. Inhale to rise. Exhale, release. Left foot steps back, high to low. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Take a breath. Look forward, bend your knees. Float your feet. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Last Utkatasana chair pose. Sweep up. Hands to heart center. And notice how you feel. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, melt. Drape over your legs. Lift up halfway. Exhale, come back to plank pose and pause. Starting to work into a little bit of core work here. Take your right hand and tap your left shoulder. See how it feels just to balance. Try not to move your hips. Switch sides. Left hand connects to the right shoulder. Notice how that feels. Release it down. Now, take your right leg behind you and float it off the ground. Feel the extension from your leg. Release. Left foot goes behind you. Float it back. Heart center moving forward, crown of the head moving forward. Release. Look forward. Chaturanga. Up dog to downward facing dog. Bring your toes to connect. Let your left heel float to the earth. And then send your right heel up and behind you. Three-legged dog. Press that right heel behind you. Feel that left hand connect to the mat. Feel the right hand connect to the mat. See if you can allow that right leg to come up a little bit higher. Pull the right knee into the chest and hold and pause. Try to kiss your knee. Feel the doming action of your upper back, like cat pose. And then step that right foot through, and we'll set up crescent lunge. Keep the back heel lifted, float the arms up to the sky. Now your left leg is your anchor. So make it super strong. As you make it super strong, your heel is pressing up towards the sky as the ball mount presses down to the earth. Hands come into heart center. Lean forward. As you press equally with the hands against each other, pull the pit of the belly in and start to turn and rotate as you take your left arm to the outside of the right thigh for a twist. Now really juice up that left leg. Now each breath as you lengthen the spine, each exhale as you twist a little deeper. Take your left hand down right underneath your shoulder. Take the right hand up. We're going to come to the left knife edge into Vashisthasana, side plank. Maybe left knee comes down if you need to modify. Stretch that right arm all the way up to the sky. Press that left hand into the earth and feel like you're making a rainbow. So lift your left hip up to the sky and maybe your drishti goes to the sky as well. Take one more breath. Arm releases back to the mat, plank pose. Right hand touches the left shoulder. Left hand touches the right shoulder. Right leg floats up behind you. Left leg floats up behind you. High to low plank. Up dog. Inhale, roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. Toes to connect. Left foot floats up to the sky. Three-legged dog. how the crown of the head and the heel, you're making space in the spine. Now engage your belly, start to pull the left knee into the chest. Dome your back. Can you lift that left knee up a little bit higher? I want you to remember this action, Uddiyana Bandha, by pulling the navel up and in. Step your left foot through. Back heel stays lifted. On the inhale, rise. Crescent lunge. Sink down a little bit deeper. Right foot again as your anchor. Press down into the ball of the foot. Lift high on the heel. Sink the hips down a little bit more. Hands come heart center. Let your hands press equally against each other. Lean forward, engage your belly. Start to twist to the left. Each breath inhale. Each exhale, twist deeper. Right hand comes down to the mat. Send your left arm up. Come to the right knife edge. Vashisthasana. Squeeze the thighs. Draw your tailbone towards your heels. Reach that left arm. You're so strong. You can do this. Lift the right hip up a little higher. Look up to the sky. Nicely done. Come back to center. Last time. Right hand to the left shoulder. Left hand to the right shoulder. Right leg goes behind you. Left leg goes behind you. Pull the belly in. Look forward. Lean forward. Elbows bend. Upward dog to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward. We're going to get off those hands. Open the feet. Right foot to the center. Left heel. Like at 10 o'clock. Open up. Warrior two. Cartwheel the arms and look towards that right middle finger. Feel how strong you are in warrior two. From here, send the torso forward into your extended side angle. So elbow to the thigh or to the earth. Stretch that left arm up and over. And then start to turn and look underneath the body. Last breath. Release down, step back, high to low plank. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Left foot steps forward, setting up warrior two. Spin the back foot flat, ground the feet. Open the arms. Feel the extension from the heart space. Relax your shoulders, relax your face. Stay calm, feel the radiance. Breathe. Empower yourself. Sink a little bit deeper in your warrior two. Now stay with those legs. You choose the arms, elbow to the thigh, or take the fingers to a block or to the earth. And then start to stretch into your extended side angle. Start to turn the left side of the ribs up to the sky. Now notice, as your right shoulder to your earlobe, you don't need any more stress in your life. Remember, we're de-stressing, so pull the right shoulder away. Feel that pinky edge of your right foot ground down. Take one more breath in your extended side angle. And then vinyasa through. Release down. Left foot steps back. High to low. Up dog. Two downward facing dog. Let's take a lion's breath here. So take a big breath in. Stick out your tongue. Ah. One more time, breathe in. Lion's breath, stick out your tongue, look up at your third eye. Ah. Bend your knees, hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold deeper. Slowly rise all the way up to the sky. Keep your right hand as up to the sky. Reach up a little higher. Feel the right side of the body get longer. Now reach your left hand up a little bit higher. Relax your shoulders down. Now release the right arm down. So take your right thumb, so it's pointing to the back of your mat, still with the left arm reaching up, so the torso is nice and long. Coming into dancer pose. Grab a hold of the inseam of the foot as the right heel draws to the glute, hugging the inner thighs together. Plug your left foot into the mat and start to lean forward and kick your right foot back. We're going to release the right foot gently into airplane. So keep the heart moving forward. Send your right leg back. Engage the muscles of your upper back. If you wobble, you're human. Know that it's okay to fall out of these poses and come back into them. Hands to heart center. Release the left hand in a half moon. So maybe that you need a block here. Open the hips, stack the hips, and then send that right leg strong, active. Toes pulling back. Stretch your torso in 5 directions here. Take one more breath. And then release. Forward fold. We'll meet. Halfway lift. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Root to rise. And again, take those arms up to the sky. Reach the right arm up a little higher. Let the right shoulder plug down. Lift the left shoulder up, like you're kind of like climbing a rope. And then plug the shoulders down. So you should feel nice and tall, like you're doing handstand here, right? Your feet are down to the earth, your arms are up to the sky. Now let that left hand release so the thumb is pointing to the back of the mat. Plug your right foot in, bend your left knee, grab a hold of the inseam, dancer pose, Natarajasana. Maybe a mudra here, heart center leads. Kick the shin into the foot. I should say kick the shin into the hand and the hand answers back. But allow that shin to draw back. Airplane warrior 3. So take those arms, palms facing down. Shine your heart forward. Offer your heart. Let your light open here. Let your light shine. Active left leg. Hands to heart. Remember your intention. Half moon. Right hand to the earth. Open. Left leg strong and stable. Right plug into the earth. Maybe look up. Maybe look down. Last breath. Nicely done. Plug the left foot into the right. How'd you do? Halfway lift. Now plant your hands. Now the same idea here that we did before, pulling the belly up and in. Draw the knees into the arm bones, onto those triceps. Look forward, engage the belly, and float the legs off the ground. Crow pose. So pull the pit of the belly up and in. Make sure the neck is long. Spread your toes nice and wide. And we're going to shoot back. So take a breath in. Let your heart come forward. Feet go back. Chaturanga. Go. Up dog, inhale. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Come forward to plank. And let's lower to our bellies for a count of 5. So take your time. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Locust pose. Hands come just like in our airplane. Palms facing down. Lift the heart, lift the feet. Pull the belly up and in. Last breath. Finish the exhale. Melt your right cheek into the mat. Take a moment, notice how you feel. Now you have a choice to do that again, coming into Shalabhasana or taking Dhanurasana, bow pose. So you just did dancer. So try both knees now, bend, reach around, grab a hold of the ankles, and then start to kick the shins, lift the heart. Lift up higher. Keep shining your heart. Remove those veils that you have blocking that space and live from that heart space. Kick up a little higher. Release down. Hands come right next to the rib cage. Taking the shoulders down your back. Inhale, lift up. Upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Bend your knees. We're going to come and shoot our feet towards the front of the mat. Lowering down into our back body. As you start to lower down, we'll take bridge pose. So take the feet to the earth. Let your torso shimmy. Lift the chest so that you can shimmy the left shoulder underneath, shimmy the right shoulder underneath, and then start to peel the pelvis off the ground. Interlace the fingers behind you. Press down into the center of the back of the skull. And then push down into the heels to activate your hamstrings. Now, as you press the right foot down, I want you to see how this feels. As you pull the left knee into the chest. Stretch a left leg up to the sky. Now push down into the right heel and see how that feels. You can lift up a little higher. Pull the left knee back into the chest. Keep the hips lifted. Switch sides. Right knee comes into the chest. Extend that right leg high. Take the right knee, bend it into the chest. Release the foot down to the ground. Release the hands and melt the upper back, the lower back. And slowly take a breath in. Now we're going to do that one more time. Either you have a choice of going back to bridge or taking full wheel pose. And we're going to take that same variation. So on the inhale, you take your choice. Exhale, maybe come into full wheel. Press down, hug the inner thighs together. Now, see if you can press down to the right foot. Pull the left knee into the chest and maybe extend it towards the sky. Keep pressing down into that right heel. Pull the left knee into the chest. Release the left foot down to the ground. Right knee pulls into the chest. Extend that right leg to the sky. Take the right knee into the chest. Lower down. Take and come gently to the crown of the head. Tuck your chin. And we'll all melt upper back, middle back, lower back to the ground. Notice how you feel. For our hip stretch today, we're going to take supine pigeon pose. So right leg is going to cross over. So you're making this number 4 here. You can either keep the left foot grounded or lift the left foot off. And your hands, you have like this little triangle that maybe you can reach under and grab a hold of the hamstring or your shin. Making sure that both feet are very active by flexing through the feet, so pulling the toes back and letting that right hip open. Let me ask you, is your neck long? So gently tuck the chin in just slightly. And then we'll switch sides, releasing, taking the left leg, crossing it over to the right, pulling the knees towards the chest, reaching through that little space and pulling back. Think about drawing the right knee towards the right shoulder, but the left knee away from the left shoulder. And then we'll come to happy baby. So taking the knees towards the armpits, grabbing either the outside of the thighs or the outside of the feet. Pull the knees down. And maybe opening the legs for a nice wide leg straddle. And then slowly take your left leg nice and long on the mat as the right knee pulls into the chest. Your right arm comes out like a wing. Allow the right knee to come across the body for a supine twist. Now let your right shoulder become very heavy as you expand through your breath into the right side of your ribs, softening the face, softening the jaw, maybe looking over to the right. Pull the right knee back into the chest. Maybe even pull and give it a little squeeze, maybe even extending the leg. Flexing the foot. And then release that right leg. And notice, does it feel like it's a little longer than the left? Pull the left knee into the chest to give it a squeeze. Cross the left knee over the right side of the body as the left arm releases to the side. Let your left shoulder become heavy. See if you can take the top left side of the ribs and start to turn those ribs more to the left. Let this be like a rinse. And use the breath as well. As you breathe in fresh oxygen, as you exhale stale air and toxins. And it's like you rinse and repeat. Take the left knee into the chest. Maybe lift your torso up, give it a squeeze. Either the knee stays bent or maybe the leg extends. A little more stretch into the hamstrings. If you are doing that, roll that right inner thigh down towards the ground. Flex the foot. And we'll release into Shavasana, final relaxation. Take the toes to the corners of the mat, palms facing up. Focus your attention on your breath. Breathing in for a count of 4 with a pause after the inhalation, and breathing out for a count of 4 with a pause at the exhalation. Reach the arms all the way up over the body. Take your arms and legs over to the right, like you're making a little banana shape, just opening up to the left side of the lungs, little lateral flexion for the spine. And then take the arms and the legs over to the left corner of your mat. Reach the arms and legs away from each other, feeling the whole right side of the ribs, lungs opening up. And then come and draw the knees to the right. Take a moment, reflect upon your intention, and we'll press up and finish our practice as we cross our legs into any version, your choice, yogi's choice. I'm just going to come into easy seat and sweep the arms all the way up to the sky and bringing your hands into heart center. So I love practicing with you today. Thanks for joining me on the mat. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Have a beautiful rest of your day. From my heart to yours, namaste.